Hi guys. Brandon says hi too. What day is it today? It is day 18?
18.
I think. Wow. We're getting there.
Yep.
Man, we're
over halfway.
over halfway, almost to the 2/3 mark.
Yeah.
Just about. We had a gem today.
We did. That was fun.
Neither of us have ever seen Bad
Taste
before. It's one of Peter Jackson's first movies. It might even be his first movie.
Something tells me this probably had to be.
Yeah, probably maybe it's in short films or something for it.
Yeah.
But, wow.
Good stuff.
Yeah. If you know Peter Jackson from his, contemporary days, his small
trilogy.
Part, yeah, his part in Lord of the Rings, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I think he played a Hobbit or something. Kind of looks like a Hobbit. Obviously, he directed and created the Lord of the Rings movies, as well as the remake of King Kong.
Frighteners, one of my favorite movies of all time.
Which we probably should have put that on our list because
have.
not enough people have seen the Frighteners.
Yeah.
But I'm sure most of you haven't seen this movie.
Or have even heard of this movie.
Probably never heard of it. The only reason I knew it existed was because it used to be my local video store as a rental on VHS.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I always remember the cover. It was one of those aliens from the end, like flipping you off from the cover. And I was just a little kid because he was giving the middle finger. I thought, wow, this movie must be awesome. He's such a badass. And it was awesome. It was. But not the reasons I expected it to be. It shows you
what you can do with no money.
What you can do with no money if you're talented.
Yes. It just all I could think of the whole time was it was just a bunch of friends getting together and playing humans versus aliens and recording it. Like it was just they were just running around like, oh, I'm gonna get you. You know, it was just silliness.
It was very silly.
But, it also had some really good special effects and gore. And
unbelievable. For what the movie is, unbelievable special effects.
Yeah.
It really shows you that Peter Jackson, I'm giving him credit for like everything.
Yeah.
This movie, because it's borderline genius. Just not, it's corny, but just what he was able to pull off with just a regular old camcorder, I assume.
I'm sure it might. They may have shot it on some kind of film, or it's a real camera, but
a real camera,
but
cheaply, very, very cheaply. Some of the things I don't even know how they pulled off. One of the first, gore money shots in the movie was one of the characters on the beach.
Half a head.
Yeah. He shot half his head off with a Magnum, and it was done seamlessly, actually.
Yeah.
Later on, after the actual initial shot, obviously was plaster.
Fake, yeah.
But
yeah, because it was still. The guy was still walking around with half a head.
Yeah.
And that's what struck me the most was that it wasn't like someone was standing behind and making these arms move. There was someone in there with half a head. And
so some of the things I don't know how he did.
Yeah.
And the aliens costumes.
And not even the special effects. I was, especially at the beginning, I was pleasantly surprised with what was happening. That the whole scene that took place on the cliff side.
Yeah, there's a lot of neat shots.
Mostly because everyone had to pretty much do that themselves. There wasn't any kind of stunt double thing happening, I'm sure.
Oh, no, you're going
the
tumbling.
Well, the tumbling, I'm sure, was a dummy.
That's fake.
That was a dummy.
But
the guy, when he was, which I didn't even realize that was him.
Yeah.
Without the beard.
Yeah. Peter Jackson, it was. Yeah.
Peter Jackson, yeah, sorry. But, he's just, he's on the side of that cliff, and some of those even just establishing shots. Someone was on the side of that cliff, hanging by the rope and whatever.
Yep.
And just the lengths that some of the people went to just get some of those kind of shots and scenes. I was like, is what struck me. Because you might not get that with a lot of people. They might be like, I'm not doing that. Are you nuts? So
I was also taken aback by some of the creative model work. The very end when the house takes off, I was expecting it to just they roll up the lattice work and some smoke comes out, and they obviously have some big fans. But I was expecting something to fail or something, the house not to do anything. But no, they found a way to make it look like it took off.
Well, I think Yeah, I mean, it's definitely some kind of a miniature because even when they shot the rocket into it, you could tell that was
very well,
going into a miniature.
Well
yeah, oh yeah.
Go see it. It's hard to find. It is available on Netflix for DVD rental. It's not streaming. But other than that, maybe
you might find it
at a local video store or something, just by chance. But it's definitely a DVD someone just converted from a VHS or something because it's very bare bones menu and there might be one or two special features of probably like a photo gallery or something, but that's it.
Sorry, there's a dog.
Yeah, we have visitors. Much like aliens. And I think I should probably check this before we're doing the video, but I think there's actually a Bad Taste 2.
Really?
I think so. Because I do remember a cover of that same alien with 2 fingers. Unless it was different like cover art.
Yeah.
Because because the middle finger probably would have been a popular thing in some video stores. I think there might be an alternate poster for that. But don't quote me on that. I'm gonna look it up after the video. Maybe I'll put a disclaimer in if I'm wrong. So, but if it doesn't exist, definitely go check this one out and go check out Dead Alive, which is another one of his early horror movies and one of my favorite horror movies. It's very, very
actually just a lot of the stuff that he did before Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
is really, I mean, Frighteners is in there.
Frighteners is fantastic.
Heavenly Creatures is a really cool movie. With a young Kate Winslet.
And I'm not taking anything away from Lord of the Rings either.
No, yeah. But a lot of other stuff is really good and it's just overlooked because no one really knew about him beforehand.
It's rare for someone to be successful both as an indie filmmaker and as a big time filmmaker.
Except for King Kong.
I didn't mind King Kong. That's way too long.
That's the movie. I've actually yet to see the entire thing.
Yeah.
Because every time I try to watch that movie, I fall asleep.
Yeah.
It got to a point where I would get home from work and I would be like, I want to take a nap today. And I'd go find it on demand.
Yeah.
And I'd put it on because I knew I'd fall asleep.
Yeah. It's long. It's tough to get through. I basically I just like, if you can find it on YouTube somewhere, the scene where they all fall into the bug pit is worth watching. Because that's like
I'd like to try and finish it, but it just seems like every single time I've tried to watch it, I always fall asleep.
I'm not saying it's the best movie, but I don't mind it. Just a tad long. Probably like this video is getting. Yeah. For next time, we have another good movie, I think. This has 4.5 stars for me on my Netflix stream.
And this one is streaming.
It is streaming on Netflix. It's easier to find. The House of the Devil, which I've heard nothing but good things. So hopefully it lives up to my expectations. Maybe I should build my expectations too high. It's always dangerous. But we're doing it anyway. We'll talk to you tomorrow.